Yeah, they're making up names of political parties that's not there. They're either like Dennis Berlin, just keep trying to. Hey, what's going on? Second, make sure. Oh, what's going on, man? We're gonna start talking about the true enemies of black men and what the fuck they're doing on YouTube right now, so that way you'll know it when you see it. Because it just isn't Angry Man who's doing this shit. It's Dennis Sperling who's doing this shit. It's BGS who's doing this shit. There's a lot of motherfucking shine ass niggas around here who are fucking repeatedly trying to gaslight black men, but they're not trying to organize black men to do shit. They're not. The only thing they want to do is repeatedly gaslight the fuck out of black men and turn them loose against no organization. That's what they're doing. It's not even that hard. Yeah. The same people who wanted to be represented by Ice Cube to Congress is somehow going to organize you to do something else. And you need to understand that these people have no answers whatsoever. Neither one of these three motherfuckers, they have no answers. And they represent the same type of person. Well, Pablo Frescobar, here's the problem with what you just said. Most of these students still want to deal with black women, period. So, okay, Pablo Frescobar. That was the point that I was going to make here. How do you take black men in another direction if they're going to still continue to deal with black women? I mean, I'm talking about American black women. How do you do that? How do you do that? Because once you decided to restrict yourself to this person within this environment, you have decided to deal with her politics and her track record. It's really not that hard. Because if most do, like listen. Of course. That's the point. That's the point. Most dudes are concerned with what WAP is doing. And they tune into repeatedly what WAP is doing, right? That's what they're doing. So if they could see, most black men don't want to move forward and organize. They don't want to. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't be listening to WAP tech support. Listen, how many times have Zero said, get to the money? Once you get to the money and you don't give it away to people who have an incredibly bad track record overall, when it comes to coupling with, you've won. You've won. Because it isn't about getting money. You got to protect your money and you got to stay organized. So while you got Angry Man doing all this dumbass shit, like deliberately misstating history and gaslighting his fucking audience, he knows that he's smart enough to know what the fuck he's doing. That dude's an opportunist and a fucking shine bone. He don't give a fuck about black men, period. He's here to make money off of the fucking environment, however it fucking comes. If that wasn't the case, why the fuck he keeps changing his name and all this shit? Listen, there's no such thing as a street conservative. There's no such thing as a hood conservative. Actually, hood conservatives and street conservatives is what conservatives tell their kids as bedtime stories that all black people are. That's what they do. You really think that there's a seat for Angry Man or Trader MBD or David Monroe among these people? No. Because here's the thing. I understand why people voted for Trump, but they have to realize Trump is not a Republican. He is not a conservative. He's Trump. Like, how do you go from talking about white supremacy to being in chat rooms with, what the fuck is that dude's name? Officer Tatum, Brandon Tatum. Who thought before this election went on that Brandon Tatum was not a fucking coon and he would say anything for fucking money? Everybody thought that shit. But for clicks and views, this motherfucker will settle up to anybody, man. And these are the people you want to bring close and keep close to you? This ain't no fucking diss. This is the goddamn track record. Dennis Sperling. All he does is gaslight black men right after he just said that he don't pick up one party over another. But all he does is gaslight black men. That dude got money. He ain't stupid. He know what the fuck he's doing. And how do you get BGS standing in the middle of all this shit and somehow haven't called out none of this shit yet? That's what I'm saying. Most black men are full of shit, period. Most of these motherfuckers cannot be trusted, period. Because if you pay attention to these motherfuckers for a while, they will show you who the fuck they are. It's not hard. More black men need boardroom Pookie than actual women do. Because they want to hold on to this fucking street nigga image so much rather than get their own fucking shit together that they've decided, with the help of these niggas in this space, that they're going to figure out how the pussy works first rather than get to the money first. You have to understand and see this shit coming. Now, once this election is over, we're day number, hold on a second. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days into the new track record for black men politically organizing. Everything has returned back to normal. But black men still want to sit around and gaslight other black men. Black men want to sit around and misstate history to other black men. And other black men who are allied with these motherfuckers are just sitting around other black men and watching all this shit go on. And these motherfuckers still ain't even talked about policies yet. Dennis Sperling ain't stupid. It's a very smart guy. Why do you think he's not talking about policies? Because if you talk about policy, then he has to talk about his own political track record. Now, he already fucking said that he's not for either party, but he attacks one party exclusively. That dude doesn't give a fuck about black men. If he gave a fuck about black men, he would tell these motherfuckers to stop fucking with these goddamn domestic systems. You got T.S.R. Johnson on that bullshit too, repeatedly gaslighting black men rather than trying to organize black men. What's the organization? We know where the gaslighting shit come from. What about the organization through hard fucking times? Now is when you start to fucking organize. Now is when you stop concentrating on women and getting your own shit together. So that way you don't need to worry about having respect for WAP before you fucking get started in life, man. Now's the time to be organized. We're day number 9 and nobody's talking about policies that they're going to be pushing in this new administration. Nobody is. I know policies I'm pushing for. More motherfucking contracts for minority. 8A. Because when you get to the motherfucking money, you don't have to worry about this other shit. You ain't got to worry about niggas keep trying to gaslight you over shit that you can't change. Once you get to the fucking money, none of that shit matters. Once you don't share that shit with none of these motherfuckers in this counterpart within this fucking environment, none of it matters. All you have to do is get to the money once. Again, we shouldn't be having motherfuckers gaslighting black men around this bitch. We should be having motherfuckers sitting down and trying to fucking organize around this bitch. Talk about policies, not Ice Cube. Ice Cube was a dumb nigga who came into the middle of a process that he didn't know about on some clout chasing shit. He know how the political process works. It ain't that fucking easy to just walk in there and go get that motherfucking shit done like that. Because when you don't respect the process at all, and the only thing that you want to do is benefit from the process, you don't give a fuck how it works. That's how we got the former president that we have right now. People not giving a fuck about the process. So when are these motherfuckers are going to organize? Because these are not stupid people. When are they going to start talking about policies that they want to organize around? Or do you want to keep outsourcing this shit to fucking shine bone celebrities? You have to realize you're not running over there to the conservative side to get those motherfuckers to lower child. Dude, bro, they put the child support on your ass. Most of these conservative states in the South are ran by conservatives. They're not ran very well. If you had a choice between a Mississippi and a California and a New York, it's very clear what the fuck you would choose. Based on the GDP, based on investment in people, and all that shit. You got to stop thinking that getting the respect of the pussy first is somehow going to get you there. It's not going to get you there. All these motherfuckers know that there's a problem with these motherfuckers within this environment. But are they trying to get you past that shit? Or are they trying to mire you deep in the muck in that shit and make money off your motherfucking ass in that shit? To make eyeballs and views off you in that fucking shit. Yeah, time to organize, bros. So you mean to tell me that we only was going to organize if Trump won? No, nigga. You got to organize no matter who's in the White House, period. Because none of these motherfuckers went up to Trump and tried to organize for shit when he was in office. I'm not sure if you noticed that. None of these motherfuckers was talking about no fucking policies when Trump was in office. None of them. Because they wasn't trying to organize. They're trying to stagnate the fucking conversation. And kind of massage in that soft reset over and over and over again. But if you keep choosing to get to the WAP and get the respect of WAP before you get the money, nigga, you'll never see it. I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of things locally. I'm in Denver. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things locally that you need to be reading up on and finding out. Well, the only thing they're doing is they're taking black men's political discontent, and they turn it into clicks, hearts, views, and fucking super chats, rather than trying to educate motherfuckers through the process. That's what they're doing. In fact, that's what they've always done. You think this is the first time that they never have concentrated on the shit that they need to concentrate on? You think this is the first time? It's not the first time. It's the current time. None of these people are stupid. But if you don't have any intentions on moving black men forward, this is the bullshit that you concentrate on. You're going to keep seeing it. A lot of other people, because this is the trend. Because, you know, black men are not really all that creative. So you're going to see a lot of black men start stepping off into this conservative culture warrior shit rather than trying to organize, stay the fuck away from problematic people, and get to the goddamn money. That's exactly what you're going to see. Because within black culture, for some reason, getting black men organized around one thing, no matter what it is, seems to be hard as fuck. I don't know why that is. But you got to understand, once you have parasites among you and you don't purge them, they become the voice. You had a bunch of dumb niggas who didn't know nothing about the political process talking about voter fraud. Apparently they know about voter fraud, but the Supreme Court and the attorneys on both sides don't know shit about voter fraud. All these undeclared Trump motherfuckers. Didn't they come out once he lost? You got all these people talking about politics. They didn't cover any debates. They didn't cover any town halls. They didn't show you any type of maps of who was going to win what. They just showed up and crowded the field and just started talking about politics at the end of the day. Again, did you see Dennis Sperling put up a map? Did you see Tiasan Johnson put up a map? Did you see BGS Edmore put up a map? Well, maybe afterwards. I didn't watch that show, but maybe afterwards he did. These niggas don't belong here. In fact, these are the type of people who will repeatedly sit around and perpetuate this street nigga shit because they're trying to be friends with street niggas and have progress. You can't have both of those. One group is for destruction. One group is sitting still. How you going to organize with people who ain't got no motherfucking track record? How you going to organize with people when their only clear goal is to make money off the fucking environment? How you going to organize with people who want to concentrate on the needs and the responsibilities of WAP? You're going to listen to WAP tech support. You're going to listen to 50-year-old fuck niggas and they 50 get married trying to tell you about how pussy works with no proof. This is the shit niggas are fucking tuning into. But if you got to the fucking money and left these motherfuckers the fuck alone and made these motherfuckers start proving their goddamn point, and if you made these motherfuckers come with a track record, none of this shit would need to happen. You wouldn't need no fucking... You wouldn't be dumb enough to believe in no fucking platinum plan by fucking Trump. You wouldn't be dumb enough to want Ice Cube representing you if you cared about the process. The process has not changed in 200 fucking years. You've seen other groups of people pass us. You may not like them, but pay attention to the goddamn alphabet community. Less than 1% of the fucking population. They got both sides in their fucking pocket. You want to know why? The motherfuckers got to the money. They quietly spent on both fucking sides and they got their agenda through. And this is why I don't trust black conservatives. Because black conservatives want to be over there not asking for shit, not trying to organize, engaging in this culture warrior bullshit. And then they want to fucking sit here and try to come around us like they are motherfucking friends. I don't think that's the case. I really don't think that's the case. Because moving forward really isn't that hard, folks. Do you see most Asians, as small as their population are, do you see them trying to make peace with the destroyers of yesterday within their environment? No. They move as a group. Their politics are not even talked about in the wide open. Neither is the Indians from India community. Why? They got order. Because see, if you don't have order and structure first, and you're trying to make a move without that shit, none of this shit's gonna work. If you got a bunch of people deliberately stalling the conversation so they can get paid off of it, there's no way you're gonna have progress. And I'm gonna keep saying, Manosphere 2.0 is proven to be the worst group of niggas to ever exist within Black YouTube. The worst. This is just a place where failed niggas have come to make their last stand. That's what this space has become. They've taken the great work of people before them and they tried to turn this shit into money land for them. Then they wanted to be the only voices and shit. That's what I'm saying, man. What you have to recognize is you're going to see these people do nothing but gaslight black men. They're not going to try to organize shit. And they keep hosting these fucking conservatives talking all this stupid shit. That's for the $5 fast tax. That's for the $5 Campus Spring. So you got to understand, what is the purpose of Bernard Riley hosting these people who have not picked up a book to learn about the actual conservatism that they fucking espouse? What is the fucking point of putting people on who ain't gonna do nothing but the culture warrior shit? Here's the problem. The information in the books haven't changed. It's just that these dumb motherfuckers haven't picked up the book yet to even try to learn about the actual process. They so fucking conservative, but they can't tell you about their response to Hurricane Katrina. They so conservative though. They so conservative, but they don't know shit about the Bush v. Gore decision where they did not count those fucking votes in Broward fucking County full of black people. They so conservative though. So they so conservative though. You have to realize the time is right now. You're going to see this shit happen for the next 4 fucking years. They ain't gonna do nothing but try to gaslight black men. And shame on these motherfuckers. Bernard Riley. Fuck. Who else? BGS. Angry Man for saying all that stupid shit. Listen, man. Your motherfuckers ain't for black progress. Because if you was, you'll distance yourself away from this street nigga image. This is how I know these niggas ain't for progress. You have fake pimps and dating coaches trying to sell access and the end of your life through WAP, but nobody's talking about how to get to the fucking money. You want to know why they can't talk about how to get to the fucking money? Because they ain't got no goddamn money. That's why they can't do it. You even had Obsidian on, hosting a whole bunch of politically ignorant fucking shines. You think I'm going to go through all that? Let me tell you what's happening here, right? They think that they're going to make a whole bunch of content so that way we can just respond to them. Like, no, you don't respond to bullshit. What you do is you point the bullshit out and you keep moving. What they're trying to do is they're trying to do a simulation of the black community. You know how all these street niggas supposedly fucked up the black community? And now they want all the decent, hardworking men to come clean up after it? That's the same shit they're doing with politics. Yeah, it's not hard. But you got people who are way fucking smarter than this, who are deliberately fucking doing this shit. Why? They can't afford for you to make progress. Their whole existence is based on the fact that you don't get your shit together. Because if you got your shit together, would you really need to be listening to a nigga talk to other ran through fucking women? Would you need to do that? No, man, because once you got to the money, you move on to better shit once you get the money. That's what getting to the money is about. You can afford to look at track records once you got the money to walk away. Once you got the power to not accept a bad decision, that's when you have power. But a lot of these folks in this space are intent on making sure that you don't make any progress. What's going on, Game Changer? How is it that all these people have made progress within this country and not us? Look at who they got running the show over here. Look at who they're trying to bring along to represent us professionally when it comes to shit. This shit ain't fucking hard, man. If you go to any military organization or CEO or frat, they ain't got dumb niggas running shit. Dumb niggas get no voice. And the only way they do get a voice is if their parents handed down the company to them. That's the only way they get a voice. And if it's publicly traded, they can isolate out problematic people. It's really not even that hard. You know what's hard? Coming up with ways to keep re-explaining the same shit to people who ain't gonna fucking make any different type of changes. Now they talking all this shit about black women trying to use Kamala Harris's face to make points that she's not even involved in yet. They just gaslighting you over and over, man. This is why I don't have respect for most of these people around here. All you gotta do is get to the fucking money, man. And leave these problematic motherfuckers the fuck alone. Because once you get the money, you get even better options than that. And you're not worried about the whole fucking race. And here's another thing these dumb motherfuckers don't want you doing. They don't want you connecting with different black men around the globe who's not ADOS. They don't want you doing that shit. The moment that you get your shit together, you're only supposed to help ADOS with it. I say You start leaving these motherfuckers the fuck alone. You start finding black men who are doing shit from the Caribbean and African and start working with them. Don't work with these people around here, man. They don't know. Yeah. LOL Mirror. Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying I never even cared what race she was. It didn't matter to me. Nothing changed for me. And that's how you have to get. You're seeing what's wrong with Black America to do something different, not even trying, just to stagnate the conversation around a certain specific point and not making any progress. You see that shit real time. How you gonna make progress if you just can't cut out and call out motherfucking frauds and cons and get them the fuck out of here? How many times are we gonna see this shit? I'm gonna tell you before, I'm gonna tell you again. I don't fuck with street niggas. They are not to be trusted. They're nothing but a whore with balls. That's all it is. They want the infinite ability to keep remaking themselves in the environment that they don't fucking care about at the expense of everybody else in the fucking environment. All these dumb niggas, street niggas came here to tell you about how good they are with women, knowing goddamn well they're on child support or they have a motherfucking broken goddamn home. You don't have this shit in other cultures. You don't have this shit in other black cultures, this shit, at this level, in this height. You don't have a person who for 30 fucking years made money off of representing a certain image of black men and then try to turn around and write a plan to help the motherfuckers 30 years later. Man, I don't give a fuck about that. She should have locked up more. Yeah. Nobody asked the motherfuckers to pick that shit up and sell it. Thanks for the $2 super sticker, Justin March. Thanks for the $2 Rollo show. Yeah. She did lock up a lot of niggas. But why are we not talking about decent black men? Every time you look at one of these dumbass niggas, they talk about prison reform. I don't give a fuck about no fucking prison reform. What about the decent, everyday, hardworking black man who's out here now without a criminal fucking record? What about them dudes? Because that's the majority of what's here. You got the fan club of street niggas on here on fucking YouTube, trying to bogart their way into the political fucking conversation when they don't know shit about the fucking process. That's why I'm not worried about niggas who are locked the fuck up. You got 3 felonies and shit, and we can't even worry about motherfuckers with no felonies and shit. In fact, that should be fucking paying black men who don't have any motherfucking kids and who's in fucking school. Them motherfuckers should get welfare, I think, to fucking be able to fucking help themselves out rather than these fucking women. You see, that's a policy you can push for. That way the policy is based on responsibility. Yeah. If you want to make it far in life, don't have kids by the wrong motherfucker. Congratulations to you, LOL Mirror. Shit. I met a lot of motherfuckers, man, who fucked up, who stayed on the straight and narrow. They didn't go off and get 2 and 3 more fucking felonies, man. One of them high class misdemeanors, and that was it for them. But we keep trying to reperpetuate this image within this fucking space. And somehow we can't move forward. You got people who know that they're smarter than this shit, sitting around in the same shit. But you have to realize, man, You got people right now who make $20,000 and $30,000 a fucking year in the South with a fucking mortgage of $150,000. The motherfuckers are doing all right, man. They're not making no grand amount of money to have peace and happiness. And these motherfuckers fucked around with cultured people. They didn't try to go get the respect of uncultured women and try to bring them into their fucking house. No. Because most of these dudes' masculinity is based on the fact that they got fucked over by the same women that they claim that they're fucking good at. Yet you got all these generalized representatives of the streets online. Acting like a street nigga is going to get your ass a premium pass to fucking WAP. See, Iverson, the only reason why they talk about that shit is because they want to make it look like the let my people go shit. Dude, there's a lot of people who's let go right now that you can fucking work with. If you want a local job, you got to go to one of the ports and see the trucks that are going in and out of the ports and try to get a job with one of those companies. And then get your authority and start taking over the stuff there. So you have to realize, man, you got to stop trying to fit in with these fake ass street niggas. They're not part of black culture at all. They've came in and they devoured black culture, but they're not part of black culture. They want to be black culture because nothing that's celebrated for Black History Month is not based on any of this bullshit that's going on in this goddamn space. You're going to have to move forward. You're going to have to leave this shit the fuck alone. Because I'm telling you right now, if you wait until after you fuck your life up before you start moving forward, you can have so much weight on your fucking back that you can't even move that fast. Once you change your masculinity to the original masculinity, not the bitch-made masculinity that you have running around this goddamn black space. Once you start changing your masculinity back towards resources, attainment, achievement, and not sharing it with hoes, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Right now, more than any other time in American fucking history, you could get your shit together. You could come fresh out of fucking prison and go get a job at Western Express where they will fucking train you to be a truck driver. Fresh out the joint. There has never been a greater time to get your fucking shit together than right now. All the history is right there for you. But how you not gonna do it? You're not gonna do it the way these failed niggas want you to do it because that shit haven't even worked out for them. I'm telling you about the shit that worked out for me. I'm living the shit that worked out for me. Can they show you proof that getting respect of WAP and being friends with street niggas is going to be the way to go forward? It's repeatedly gaslighting black men over the image of Kamala Harris. How the fuck is that going to move black men forward? They want the stagnation to keep going on forever, man. They don't care about progress. If they wanted progress, they'll be talking about progressive shit. They only want you to think about group benefit with your individual action. That is what has taken over the conversation of black men all over Black America. You don't see any of the counterpart within this environment trying to share her power with any of us. But the moment dudes get in place, they try to bring her ass on and put her ass in position. You're going to have to be individual efforts of fucking change, man. Because once you turn this fucking computer off, that's what the fuck you're really doing with this information you got from the manosphere. That's where it is. It doesn't take that long to make progress. You just got to leave problematic shit alone before you make it to the end. Because if you keep bringing this problematic shit along while your ass is trying to move, it becomes normal to you. Then you can't get to the good life because you keep paying for the old life that you should have left behind. The answer is no. The answer is no. You can move forward if you have individual achievements to bring to the table. You can move forward if you want to leave dumb street niggas the fuck alone. You can move forward if you stop trying to get the respect of fucking WAP and move on to cultured fucking women some other fucking place. If you planned on keeping that shit. Now, if you don't plan on keeping any of that shit, then by all means, do it the hard way. You want to try to pull off some rare Xbox achievement medal shit by doing it the way that these people are trying to lay out, that they're not even practicing? You go ahead. It's not even that many people who want to move forward. Everybody wants to try to listen to all three groups move forward, but those people are stagnating. That's what they want. But see, what you got to understand is it's still about individual progress. You still got to make individual progress. Nobody's going to see that. The places where you put yourself into, nobody's going to see that. The only thing people are going to see and what they're going to know is the outcome of this shit. They're going to know it. They're going to know it by the lingo that you use and the people that you hang around. You got to be able to fix this shit. And I am, for one, I don't want none of these motherfuckers disappearing. I want there to be 1,000 of these people around here. You want to know why? You got to stop thinking. As a man, you have to stop thinking like this. My grandfather told me that never try to team with a man who looks for any excuse for stagnation. because he will find it. Any excuse you look for not moving, you will find it. Hey man, it's a lot of challenge for that nowadays, man. What's going on running on, son? But you have to realize, man, that you're still gonna have to make this individual progress. And once you make that progress, you can't feel sorry for making that type of progress without those people around. What's going on, Black Torch? So you already see it right now. Who wants to move where and for what reason? You got to stop thinking that you can finesse shit. You got to stop thinking that you got to be on some hustle shit. Dude, you got to give all that shit away. All that type of thinking is the hallmarking of you not respecting the process and trying to appropriately benefit from the process that you're engaging in. It's about the mind state that you bring to whatever you're doing. You got to stop trying to live the dream of dumb nigga in your way through shit. That shit don't work. It don't work for them. The only thing they're trying to do is act normal while around you. Thanks for the $30 super chat, original man. This is why I say this, man. There's a guy working at a grocery store. He had a good fucking life, so he thought. He ended up getting a chick pregnant. Now all of a sudden, that $9 an hour don't really go that far. He learned his lesson. Hunkered down. Didn't realize that he lived around the corner from Roadmaster, CDL school. You got to understand that all these opportunities are there before you mess your life up, before you get yourself cornered. All this stuff exists for you. I just don't want you guys trying this stuff that these people are not doing. Yeah, new. That's right. And even though he didn't have to pay for a place to stay because he lived on his parents' property in his own house, that person who he attached himself to, they didn't see that shit that way. They still see a way that they can benefit off the situation. So you got to realize that most of these men in this space are trying to create you to be a target for these women around in this space. That's what they're actually trying to do. They're not trying to help you get to a better place. They're trying to help you into the same place that they're in so that way they can leave. And you can take over the new space in their place. A lot of these people are miserable as fuck around here. They know what they're doing is wrong, but they don't give a fuck. As long as they survive, it doesn't matter who they mislead. Because I guarantee you this, if anybody got any level of money in this fucking space, they either got to hide themselves from public so that way they don't get noticed when they out there in fucking real life. I'm not living no fucking life like that. Or they're around people who they can't possibly share their secrets with. And what kind of life is that? Well, you got to turn on the computer and be one fucking person, but the moment you log the fuck off, you got to hide from everybody because you're so full of shit. Like, come on, man. I would say Carnage symbiote. I wouldn't say Venom, because Venom got to do some good at some point. But Carnage, no. It's all in the name. No progress. So, as we go forward, as they keep trying to gaslight black men, we should be organizing locally and on a national level. Now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make so much hay within the environment that we have to go around and clean that shit up. I disagree. I think you let these dumb motherfuckers go on panels and do all these fucking shows, and you let them take it down because they can't stand behind their fucking track record. They can't stand on their fucking track record. This is why you can't see the track record a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. As long as these motherfuckers been to YouTube, you should see a clear track record from beginning to end. Ask yourself why you don't see that from these people. What are they trying to hide? Same motherfucker who's a street conservative said not even a little while ago that you shouldn't vote. This is the shit I'm talking about. Dude, being a culture warrior is nothing but a public troll. It's not about policies or any of that other shit. It's about trying to be Rush Limbaugh or Sean Hannity or Bill O'Reilly for black men. Think about it. Those three people I just named, what type of progress did they operate for white people? None. None. They made no progress. They made a lot of money for themselves, some $20 million a piece in some instances, but they made no type of progress for the people who they were supposed to represent. They didn't make no progress for that. If you have a strong foundation, you don't need to keep changing your points. If you have a strong foundation, you don't need to keep changing sides. If you're focused, it doesn't matter how much lack of progress other people make. You're going to keep moving no matter what. He's worth $500 million, but yet he does nothing but minister to people in rural America, trying to keep them hating the caricature of black people that don't even exist. Trying to get them to believe in the caricature of conservatism that don't exist as well. That's what I'm saying. This space is going to turn into that. If you don't watch these dudes, they're going to turn right into the Rush Limbaughs and Sean Hannitys of the other side. As much as you don't like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, you're seeing them being formed right now within this space. If you wanted progress, you would be concentrated on progress. It's one thing to be a jailhouse scholar with all this fucking information. It's another to be organizing people around the information that you have. Why do you think they're not organizing you to be in a better place? Why do you think that is? They need your ass at the bottom so they can survive. That's why. This is why these people have rushed into the political conversation. So they can have their footprints all over it, so they can stagnate it, so they can destroy it. That's what they're going to do. The reason why, they need that in order to survive. It doesn't matter how many people they destroy in the process. It don't matter how many people who make dumb, ignorant decisions that they can completely stay away from. It don't matter. As long as their survival is what's key, nothing else matters. You got to stop this shit. They didn't win. They're still on the field like everybody else. But you got to understand, you can still make individual progress. Just stop worrying about group benefit. Group benefit is actually the socialist bullshit you should walk away from. The actual socialist shit. You shouldn't present yourself in that sort of format towards people who don't give a damn about you. Because if they gave a damn, they would have results to show off. You got to stop trying to feel comfortable before you move forward. Because even while your ass is moving, you're never going to be comfortable, man. That comfortability shit don't work. You have to realize that shit is a lie. Even if there's a bunch of people practicing that nonsense around you. You're going to see them. They're going to keep doing the shit. I'm just telling you up front what they're doing and why they're doing it. And why they're not concentrating on the shit that we need to be concentrating on. They need you not making progress to survive. Okay, let's just say for the sake of conversation that you think I'm hating. What is hating black men more? Being silent while people deliberately try to talk about something that they're not qualified to talk about because they don't know the history of it, or deliberately pointing the shit out. Again, I want progress for black men, independent of what black women do. Because I don't think you need black women to make progress. Because progress is an individual thing. It's not a group thing. It's an individual thing. It only becomes a group thing when you don't want to rise above that. That's why they always don't want you teaming with other groups of people. They want you to keep thinking in the like skin and not in the like mind. A culture, if you take them from their actual area, what they actually are is the things that they practice, not the skin color that they represent. It may be a good thing to concentrate on the skin color so that way you can differentiate them from other people, but the processes and procedures that they practice, even while in a new environment, that's the culture. You still got to keep moving forward, man. Because to tell you the truth, you don't need to take that much action in order to move past where these people are right now. You don't even need to take that much action. These people need this fuckery, man. You don't need that shit. So it's up to you. It's always been up to you. It never mattered about the respect of people who never respected you. You really think your life is going to be better once you get to respect the people who never showed you any type of respect? Once you got something that they want? Dude, that's not going to work for you. It didn't work for a bunch of other black people who tried the same stuff. You got to be able to move forward with the like mind. You got to be able to move forward, man. And you got to be able to see this stuff coming. That's right. And then, Pablo, they don't even want to compare themselves to other people who are doing way better than them. They want their own ecosystem to where they just compare with each other within the environment. But they want all the other stuff that the top people got without putting in the proper work. Like I said, you don't even have to put that much work in. As long as you're not spending it in places you ain't supposed to be spending it on, dude, you're going to be fine. But a lot of people ain't going to tell you that basic truth. They can't afford to. A lot of people can't even exist without the opinion of WAP. A lot of people can't even exist without having WAP on their lips. And depending on where he stay at, that's more than enough for what he needs. Now, he can add somebody to his life that he don't need to be. Now he's back down to a $9 dude. Or maybe even $13.50 an hour doing the same work. It matters where you spend it. And let's put this 1994 crime bill shit to end, man. Listen, they came up with the crime bill because these fucking dudes who picked up that shit was selling it in the communities, and it was causing all types of other problems. They act like there wasn't bipartisan support to do something. Again, we're not even concentrating on the kids that have been raised in two-parent households and what are they getting out of the American experience. We're not even concentrating on them kids. All these people care about black men and black boys and the outcome of all that shit. Yet, where's their focus on the actual black boys? Other than gaslighting them and misleading them. Where's that shit at? What's going on, Jay Sean? You can't put progress in the hands of these people, folks. They're not interested in progress. They didn't come to power through black progress, and they definitely not going to give up their power because of black progress. Think about it. If you had a son right now, growing up within American society, and every time we talk about black progress, the first place we got to start is with the people who are locked up. Your son that you raised right, or your daughter that you raised right, are not even part of the equation. We always got to focus on the people who we should be deliberately leaving behind. And it's always the people who should be left behind are the people who want to run stuff. It's always the people who need to be left behind who want a team right now. You ever notice this? All these street niggas want to team up with people who want to team up with people who's way better than them. Who did they team up with? When they was destroying the community, who the fuck did they team up with? when they was destroying the community, where the fuck did they spend their money on? They spend their money on their goddamn self. You want to know why? Because they didn't give a fuck about nobody else. Then or now. And they want to make it look like they so pro-black than the next motherfucker. Fuck out of here. Nobody should be trying to team up with these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers owe us reparations. We got all these reform motherfuckers around here. Hell, we still got more of these motherfuckers who claim that they was doing the work back in the day still around here. It's time for y'all motherfuckers to put in some goddamn work. You got to stop letting these people try to fill you with their failure so that way you don't move. Sometimes those people need to be their own examples of what not to do. And it's not up to you to forgive them. Let me put that shit to bed right now. You don't forgive no motherfucker without no goddamn work. I used to remember this shit all the time in fucking church. They always come to the most affected people by somebody else's bullshit and make them do the work of forgiving somebody who they should not be forgiven. Even though that person put in none of the work for forgiveness. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat, Melody. That's what I'm saying. If you did it right, if we had actual brotherhood, none of this shit would be necessary. Hope is like the mist before the morning sunrise of reality. Fuck hope. I need proof that this shit's gonna work. I need a track record that I can trust. But they want you insistently worried about people who are not worried about you. If they was worried about you, why'd they run you out of the community? If they were worried about you, what did they do to show that they were sorry for doing that? What did they do to show that they even make any type of amends? You don't start off making amends by forgiving monsters. That's what make you look weak. And that's what make you act weak. Sorry, man. It's getting to be the middle of the morning. You know how them phone calls run in. So it's like this, man. You're going to want to see the people who make progress. You're going to see it. You're going to see the actual black women who want to work with black men. You're actually going to see the black men who actually want to make real progress. You're going to see all that shit. Because right now, We're day number 8 into the new track record. We have an election in 2022. Every 2 years. Sometimes it's during the year, depending on where you're at. I know Colorado, some of them have some other shit that's all sporadic throughout the year for a reason, because they know people ain't paying attention to the shit. You know, like school board and all that type of stuff. Yeah, but we got results though, Black Torch. Like, they destroyed everything. And this is not about no beef. I just want the space to be better and to be more focused on shit, man. That's it. Once you start looking at people like this, once you start looking at people like that, once you start looking at people like that through the eyes of the doubt of the benefit, where every action that they take is going to be held against them. Yeah, I get the criticism of I'm not community focused and organized. No, I'm definitely for Black people. It's just that I want this shit to look a certain fucking way at the end of the day. I don't mind working with anybody. But what the fuck I'm not going to do is I'm not going to motherfucking work through no goddamn bullshit. I'm not going to allow any type of fuck shit around me. I got to do, I'm going to do the minimum motherfucking standards. Operations and procedures. What's going on, Liam? I would never work with any man who is married to a dishonest and disloyal woman. I would never work with that motherfucker. I would never work with a street nigga who's still on that street nigga shit. I would never fucking work with him. I'm an atheist, and there's still church people who I fuck with. And I still don't fuck with most Black men or women like that. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat, Hotep Hater. So what I'm saying is this, man. The community that you currently see is not the model of where you want to be at the end of the day. You got a team with the best of the fucking best, man. You can't be on this grab and go nigga shit hoping that somebody notices your ass off waivers and pick your ass up. That's some bullshit. It's a lot of people out here, man, who put a lot of fucking work in, who's showing a hell of a lot more love to people that know that they don't fucking deserve it. But they stay anyway. Being more loyal to people who don't give a fuck about them. So you can't say that Black men haven't put no fucking time in. All we do is put time in. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. I gotta make a phone call real quick. Gonna be on here for like another 45, and then man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. We're gonna make some actions, and we're gonna start coming together, and we're gonna start talking about some real motherfucking progress. But before we go forward, let me tell you what their fate is for you. Forget the voice of who's talking, but just look at the outcome of what this is. This is what the fate is of most black boys in American society today. This is the fate.
Hi, this is Kate from Minute Earth. And this is Scarface, one of the hyenas I studied in Kenya. And like all male spotted hyenas, his life sucks. Babyhood is actually the pinnacle of a male hyena's life. Itty-bitty cubs of both sexes rank just below their moms, who make up the entire top of the clan's social hierarchy. So cubs have decent access to food, sleeping spots, and everything else. But male cubs' glory days are short. Females generally don't like mating with males from the clan they grew up in. It's probably nature's way of avoiding inbreeding. So once males turn 2 or so, they leave their clan and strike out on a lonely, dangerous search for a clan with better mating prospects. Lots of other mammalian males do the same thing. But for them, the transition to a new group is an opportunity to challenge high-ranking individuals and increase their social standing. Not so for male hyenas. They endure aggressive hazing by the new clan before even being allowed to join. And once a male does gain acceptance, he becomes the very lowest ranking hyena in the pecking, or bone-cracking order. The tastiest food rarely makes its way down to him, and there's no way to move up the social hierarchy besides simply waiting, either for new males to join the clan below him, or for males ahead of him to die. No adult male will ever top a single female, resulting in a female-dominated hierarchy. This is all weird. Unlike most mammals, male hyenas are subordinate to females, which is probably because, unlike most mammals, female hyenas are bigger and meaner than males, which is probably thanks to their need to stand up for their offspring in this kind of crazy feeding frenzy. And, unlike pretty much all mammals, physically fit or socially capable individuals can't make their way to the top of hyena society to do most of the decision and...
Did you hear that? Physically fit or smarter hyenas don't even make it to the top of society.
Baby making. They're the only social mammals we know of with such a rigid hierarchy, and we don't yet know why. We do know the outcome, though. Male hyenas like Scarface end up plagued with injuries from harassment and hazing, endure prematurely worn down teeth from eating too many bones, and on average only live half as long as females do. The best they can hope for is that, at the end of the day, they'll have left behind a few cubs, which is not the best for the ones that turn out to be males.
Now, forgive who was talking about it, but that's how Black American society works. They want you to wait your turn on something that everybody else didn't have their turns on. No matter how smart you are, you will never get to run anything. No matter how capable you are, you'll never get to run anything. This is why you have to create your own stuff. Remember how we had all this talk about hyenas within this space? But we never stopped to talk about the male hyenas and what they go through? That's what male hyenas go through. The same shit black boys go through in this society. Hold on a second. I'll post that in the chat. Credit to the person who made that video. It's called It Sucks to Be a Hyena Male. Here's the video. 15 million views. There you go. Yeah, I seen it too. Timothy Johnson, I seen it too. And it's so specific that all these dudes who grow up within those environments never tend to make it to the top of that environment, ever. Because if you see the process coming beforehand, you could take control over where you're going to end up at the end of the day. If you want to change where you're going. Because you think this stuff is just limited to black boys, you're wrong. White kids go through the same shit. Latin kids go through the same shit. Thanks for the $5 super chat, user familiar. This is why it's okay to be by yourself. Or you can be a part of that system. Trust me, I do care about people. It's just that I want how I care about people to have the greater position of cascading across the culture. And there's definitely people who I'm not going to work with. Yeah, I enjoyed it, man. I was in Baltimore yesterday. Yeah, I went to a couple places to go eat. You know, I always feel weird going to those places, man, with all those. Yeah. Yeah, Melody, I was in the Air Force. I don't talk about it that much because I really didn't enjoy much of my time when I was in. I went to some pretty great places, though. That's where the memories was. And I'm glad I did have that experience, to be quite honest with you. I would not be the person I am today if I had not got out of Mississippi that summer, the stuff I seen that summer, going to Germany, going to Italy and France and like all those places, man, it did the world for me. I came from an environment that really didn't work all that well. And I've seen exactly how government is supposed to work in other countries. You know, it just made me better off, a better person. Like, you don't know how it feels to like be in Germany or any one of these places, and the police are just there to just do their job. They're not even trying to mess with you or anything, man. And actually, I wouldn't even be where I'm at today without military service. I wouldn't be a disabled vet. I wouldn't be getting disabled veteran preference when it comes to these contracts. I wouldn't have been able to get a home loan with zero down, not needing any private mortgage insurance. None of that stuff would have happened without those 5.5 years that I spent in the military. And I met some of the best and greatest black men that I've ever seen in my life as a group in the military. The second best, greatest people that I've ever was around was homeless men. That's the second best. There's a lot of smart, capable people out here. I just want you to be one of them. Yeah, and when you pay it off, you get to use it over and over again. Thanks for the $5 super chat, Meryl. Pretty list. No, man, I'm just trying to share where I've been so that way you can get there. Yeah, Ben Cisco. Yeah, man. Because I bought my first one when I was still in. And I was shocked that I was paying like $1,000 a month and my mortgage was like $550 at the time. I paid it off early, but had I would have kept it in the same neighborhood where they built all that stuff around, $550 is a steal for a mortgage. Yeah, man, I'm glad I went in, man. I didn't like what I seen when I did go in, but man, you feel like you live like 10 and 15 lifetimes, man. Once you're in that in those type of situations. You get to see so many people's lives turn out so vastly and different based on the choices that they make. It's crazy. There's some people who still bought the same time that I bought. They're still over there. Yeah, they're still over there in Aurora by the base. Yeah, they're still over there. $550 a month. The disability is like $2,200. Man, these dudes are super chilling, man. Super chilling. They own a business in something near the base. Them dudes are chilling right now. Yeah, man, I'm proud of that, man. That's what I want you to do. Change the way you think about this stuff, man. Because all this stuff is based on small decisions and choices. You know what? That almost happened to me, but there were so many people inside the community that actually went to the military. Like I could have went maybe 2 blocks over, and none of those people in that area went into the military. So I wouldn't have known nothing about it. Everything was about where I ended up at after my dad had died. If I wasn't around smart, capable, decent black women and men, because when I go home, I visit a hell of a lot more women than I do men. It may not look like it by the way I talk, but yeah, I care a lot about those fucking older women in that fucking community who kept people out of a lot of fucking trouble. While most of those dumbass fucking dudes were trying to shovel them into bullshit to fuck their life up. I mean, because this is fast track to progress, and there's a lot of benefits from it, man. A lot. But then again, I mean, it's like, dude, we could have this reparation thing done so differently, where, where we're not even risking anything. We just become an arm of the military-industrial complex. Don't even have to lead the community. Force them to put businesses in the community where we're creating products for the Department of Defense. Dude, we could have been have reparations by now if that's what we wanted. But the wrong people are trying to run the right conversation, and that's been the hallmark of Black America. Not only are the wrong people trying to run the right conversations, the wrong people are trying to lead the right conversation. To be quite honest with you, man, I had fun, man. I mean, the job was shitty, I can't go into, you're basically a cop, but there's a lot of things that can go along with being a military police officer. Oh, sorry. Again, that's another thing I like: free healthcare that actually works. I'm not sure if you know what the Aurora, Colorado VA facility looks like. Hold on a second. I'll show you. There it is right here. Huge facility. I think it's one of the biggest in the country. You can get help nearly 24 hours a day. It takes up all of nearly the front of the old Garrison Fitzsimmons military base in Aurora, Colorado, and that's where they put that one in. It's a really nice facility. I think it's like a $4 or $5 billion facility. But yeah, I like it. All right, man. So I'm gonna drop this link in the chat, see who comes on, and then I get up out of here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, Goshen, man. It's dude, it's one of the best in the country. I think it's the biggest in the country because the Denver metro area is like one of the largest area of veterans in the United States. And especially it exploded right after they legalized marijuana and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's definitely modern, man. Definitely modern. I like it a lot. No, unlike most VAs, it's in a good area. Yeah, that's good. Oh shit. No, they trying to move me up out of here. All right, man. Well, let me get up out of here, man. I want to thank everybody for coming through. We need to be focused in this time right here. We can't be stopping to be gaslit over and over again over things that are not happening. You can still make individual progress. You don't need group benefit to make individual progress. You can't even be thinking about group benefit with your individual progress because those people had their chance, man. They just want to ruin your chance too, so that way you could be down there with them. But I'm telling you, you can still have a better life without all this nonsense around. You got to know what it feels like to have peace in your life, man. Because I really couldn't make good decisions until I had the time equity to think things through. But it all starts with better, smaller decisions in order to make better decisions. Right now, I'm in Connecticut, going back to the Midwest or South probably for this weekend. So I want to thank everybody for coming through. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm the man tomorrow. Have a really nice day. We're going to start talking about moving some things, move the conversation into places where people can't reach them because they stuck. We got to stop gaslighting our own people, man. They're trying to have them emotionally stuck in places where we don't need them because that stuff's not going to work for us overall. Yeah, it is, Ben Cisco. Like they talk about community so that way they can hide themselves beneath and around the actual accomplishments of others while they don't be accomplished themselves. Thank you guys so much. You have a nice day. There's nothing wrong with the manosphere, by the way, because the mission is not done. People just decided to take the mission into a different direction. I think that the manosphere space is needed more than anything else. Because once these people get concentrated on money and power rather than the respect of WAP, nah, man. Tell you, man, you're going to be all right once you get your money right. All right, thanks so much. Y'all have a nice one.